Fire up, there it is. Welcome home, Bitcoin Truth Seekers. It is Thursday, March 26, 2020. It's 7:15 a.m. here in the Arizona desert. Well, Bitcoin is kind of setting up for a pump, I think, but before that, let's do our cool little intro. Welcome to the Bitcoin Daily View, everybody. Alright, what I'm seeing here is we have an ascending wedge. This is a 45-minute chart for Bitcoin against USDT Tether on Binance. And so it's a short time frame, I know, 45 minutes, but with that said, we have this beautiful ascending wedge going. If you do notice, our last dump when we got down to 3,800 here, if you had been dollar cost averaging or if you'd gotten in, check it out, you'd be up like 72% today. That's really something. So do note that Bitcoin is on its way up, as we have this upwards channel in the red. All right, and I've been wondering, are we going to basically bounce off the floor of this and keep going, or is this channel going to play out? Hard to tell, but here's something to look at: an ascending wedge. 70% of the time, these break positive, especially the longer they go. So Bitcoin has been working on the ceiling of this ascending wedge, and it's running out of time. It's got to do something. So I think at the bottom of this channel coming up, if we extend this out a little bit, and you've got this ascending wedge. So really, if you think about it, pretty soon, by about 27th or so, 27th, 28th, really, before the end of this month, this thing's got to do something. Bitcoin's got to move, 70% chance. Then an ascending wedge breaks positive, and oftentimes with a serious vengeance. And I think in Bitcoin's case, it's going to look something like this. Oh yeah. So, with that said, you got this setting up, and I think this upwards channel will continue, and it would not surprise me if we saw a beautiful little bounce off the bottom right up to around 8,000 plus. So, that's my take on it. Now, we'll just start where we always start. Bitcoin up 0.1% today. Bitcoin coming in at 6,622. That's nice. We have a mix of red and green in the market. Bitcoin still doing strong. Love to see it above that 6,500 level. Let's look at the dollar. Something that concerns me today, or I just noticed, I guess you would say, on the daily chart, the DXY, comparing the dollar against other world currencies, a couple other world currencies. You can look up which ones those are, etc. But basically, yes, we have had this massive pump. We're above the 200 moving average. All is good, but check it out. Last few days, the dollar is dropping for sure. Are we going to see a bounce off this 200, or what's going to happen? Interesting time. We definitely have a stimulus package coming. We got the repo market getting pumped every night. But even with all this positive, well, depending on how you look at it, positive news, the dollar is not responding positively. But then again, it did have a massive pump in the midst of uncertainty, and with every pump, you're going to have some kind of a retrace. So I'll be watching this. I'm curious to see what Bitcoin's going to do. I'm sorry, what the dollar's going to do. Well, and Bitcoin. Gold on the daily. All right, we've had some serious pumps recently. Actually, there was a bit of a red candle. Indecisive today. We are starting like a rocket ship to Pluto. Green candle today for gold. Look at that, coming in at 1635. Did you think a little while ago we'd be back above 1600? Boom, gold, sound money, kicking ass. What's the fiat dollar doing? Not looking so good. With that said, Dow Jones Industrial Average on the daily starting today, positive green candle. MACD has turned positive on the daily. Let's look at the SPX, the S&P 500. All right. It's doing the same thing. MACD is positive. This is a wonderful thing to see. It's taking off like a rocket ship to Pluto also. Let's look at the Russell 2000 index. The little guys doing the same thing. So Dow Jones Industrial Average, S&P 500, Russell 2000 all have positive MACDs on the daily starting today, and green candles that are looking wonderful. All right. Looking over here at CoinLib.io, which is finally starting to work again, I am noticing something interesting. Only 4 billion into Bitcoin. That's a bit down today. So Tether into Bitcoin, 4 billion across big exchanges. Volume, 1.1 billion. A little lower than it has been. But we have a nice price. We're holding up here at above 6,600. Good to go. So 1.1 billion or 1.1 billion. Volume last 24 hours on Binance, 628 million of that. All right. And Coinbase showing up too with 166 million. And Kraken did come in at just above 100 million at 107. All right. Let's look at sentiment over here. I'm going to reload this just to be sure. Let's look at sentiment on Binance, where the big money is, and the longs and shorts. Longs 56%, shorts 43%. Well, the cynics over there at Binance are feeling positive today on Bitcoin, so I will take it. Positive sentiment on Binance for Bitcoin. Bitcoin on the weekly still has not wicked down to that 200 moving average. Looks like a beautiful strong green candle on the weekly that started above the 200 moving average after breaking above it last week. Wonderful to see. On the daily, have this beautiful upwards channel continuing. So far it's a red candle today, and it was a red candle yesterday, but MACD is still trending very positive. This is a good sign. So let's see if we can meet this 200 moving average and get above it at around 8,300 soon. All right, a 4-hour chart, nice to see. Green diamond here. We are still rolled positive on the EMAs on the super guppy indicator. That's wonderful. Directional index is still green. SAR's a little weak, but on the 4-hour chart, we're still looking pretty darn strong. All right, and like I said earlier, we are working on a short time frame, an ascending wedge. The longer these play out, usually the more powerfully they break out, and we are in an upwards channel. We'll see. Will this upwards channel continue? I definitely think so. With this ascending wedge, 70% chance of breaking positive. Boom! By I would say the 27th, 28th at the latest, we're going to see probably a bit of a spike here in Bitcoin. I think, of course, entertainment purposes only, not financial advice, but I think we're going to see a move upwards. And think about it. Top of this channel is 81.33 or abouts, or 8,200. And what do we need on the daily to get above the 200 moving average? We need to be above 82, not about 8,300. So tell you what, if we can make a nice strong bounce here and get out of this channel, boom, I would say you're definitely going to see a lot of confidence return to Bitcoin when we get above the 200 moving average on the daily. So let's hope that we see some of this action soon with this wedge pattern, because I think it's definitely possible. So be watching. And do remember, if you bought down here back on March 20th, I'm sorry, March 12th, you'd be up over 70% today. So don't forget to dollar cost average, and remember, Bitcoin is on its way up anyway. But let's watch for the strong break. I think we might just see it. All right, with that said, I'm a member of Blockchain Education, have been for over 2 years. Click on the link in the description. Join. Come and make money with us in 2020. It's good to have a crew to hang out with and collaborate with on trades. As always, obstacles can't stop you, weather can't stop you, heartbreak can't stop you, failure cannot stop you, especially if you're a trader. I mean, if failure can stop you, then you might as well just give up. So failure cannot stop you. Stop losses can't stop you. Only you can stop you. Take care. I'll see you again tomorrow.